Hello everyone, and welcome back to the latest update news on the quantum particles. Today I thought I might do a slightly different video because one of the new features that I added is a bit difficult to explain through text or purely visuals. So let's try doing it this way this time and we'll see how it goes. Alright, the feature that I want to show you today is something that I wanted to add for quite a while. It is a bit of a sidetrack from the audio link stuff, but I thought it's very interesting and can lead to some very unique effects. And it is about adding subsystems and with them also things like sub-emitters to the particles. So if I toggle them on real quick, then you're gonna see that I have two separate systems here, or you could say two uniquely behaving sets of particles, which are technically part of the same system, but can have completely different behavior. Like one of them is attracted to my left hand, the other my right hand. But that's not the only thing, because I can also do something like sub-emitters, where those particles themselves are spawning even more particles, and these particles can then interact with each other in interesting ways. Like the particles that are being spawned here are attracted to my other hand, and the one from this hand to the first hand, and so on. And you can do some very interesting effects with that. For example, another effect that you can also do is something like this, where you have a small set of particles that are controlled by your fingers, but these small sets of particles are then themselves spawning a bunch of others that cause this interesting rainbow trail effect. And you can control those basically indirectly by controlling the main particles. Then there are some other things as well, like this for example. This is a preset where you have a bunch of tiny spirits floating around that are themselves each one particle, which is again emitting a bunch of more particles, which causes this tiny trail, and they're just floating around you within a certain area. Then another small feature that I added is that you can also place down the reference points for the simulation. So right now the stars that you see in the background are all particles that are centered around the spot rightly around here, but when I turn on the attraction, you're gonna see they come flying towards this place, but I can walk around and look around without it moving because the particles are attracted to this spot and I placed it on the ground here to not move around. But of course I can also switch that back to be attracted to my fingers again. So now I can move that place around or just drop it back down if I so desire. And lastly, one of my favorite new settings, one that combines all the things that I've talked about in this video. We have some sub-emitters that cause these solar flares coming up. We can place it in the world and look at it and look around, and it's just a tiny sun that we can place down somewhere and just admire. Alright, that was it for the features that I've worked on for the past few weeks. The next things that are planned are adding a few more missing things to the audio link. Stuff like making the audio link be able to spawn particles with the beat or certain other values, but also a bit more control over things like the simulation scale, or maybe even the position that the particles are being attracted to, and many other things. But yeah, if you want to check out all of those new features early, you can consider becoming a Patreon. At that point, big thanks to all of my current supporters already. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.